Alright, so I finally get started on this Mercruiser 4.3 build. So let's get going here. I was gonna have a radio playing in the background, and my daughter told me, "Oh, that'd be copyright infringement and all this crap. What the hell is this world even come to?" So I've already cleaned the journals and stuff, got the oil and that off, so you get the bearings put in. If anybody's seen videos, you know the notches mate with the notches and stuff, so it's kind of pretty self-explanatory, which I just got the wrong one. Once I get all these in, then we're gonna use plastic gauge and make sure we're in spec before we put any oil and rotate the crank. So hopefully this video isn't too boring. I'm just going to tap to make sure it's down in there flush. I'm using a rawhide mallet is what I'm using. Rubber and stuff seems to leave too much debris behind because you don't want crap all over everything. Rag. And I'm gonna wipe whatever oils in these bearings out. Doing my best to video this. Just using my Galaxy S9 for now. Hopefully I get enough subscribers, I can do a little bit more stuff and make things better. I'm just putting the caps and bolts back in there for now, just temporary until I get all these bearings in. Probably first video, I'm probably just gonna do the crank. I might get to a little bit more stuff. It all depends on what my back's doing from standing here doing this. Looks like to put the bottom bearings in the package first. So I don't know if anybody out there is watching that's actually went out and just bought a complete engine instead of rebuilding. I mean, a complete engine, yeah, it's nice. If you got the, I don't know, $4 or $5 grand to shell out for a brand new engine, I guess go for it. Basically, I'm gonna have 1,200. I got 700 in machine work. This engine was pressure tested and all that stuff, and the cylinders were bored 30 over. So yeah, that was 700, and then I've got all the gasket kits. They're Felpro Marine gaskets is what I got. Good thing I got a soft landing down here. But I got $450, I believe. $440 in the gasket kits. That's the top and bottom gaskets from Falpro, the Marine set. And I also got the high volume, low pressure oil pump. The mains, the rod bearings, everything I need. Timing set. So, you know, figure that out. That's pretty cheap compared to spending that much money on a new engine when you can simply do it yourself for basically roughly $1,200. But I suppose if you're not mechanically inclined, then it's easier to have somebody else do the work for you, which a lot of people anymore don't enjoy doing stuff themselves. They got money and they'd rather pay somebody to do it for them. I prefer to do my own work. A little more satisfaction in it, and if something gets screwed up, you can only blame yourself. So that's the way it is with me. Alright, I guess drop these back out, and then we're gonna pull the crank out, clean the mains off of the oil, WD-40 or whatever oil that they put on them when they polish the crank. And then we're going to torque it and use our plastic gauge and see where we're at. Everything should be within spec. Fighting the plastic off. Alright, and the tag that they had on it just says the 4.3 V6 1994 GM Mercruiser boat. Cylinders 30 over, rod and mains are standard, is what it said. So I'm just gonna wipe some of these mains and stuff off. Make sure there's no debris. I've still got to pull the old gear off of it. Alright, let's get this set in there gently, because we don't want to damage these new bearings. Alright, I'm just going to give it a tap. on the balance parts. Make sure it's seated. At this point, we do not want to rotate this because there's no lubrication and we will scratch the hell out of it. That's the worst thing we can do. So now we're gonna get these installed, the main caps and all this together. I see I done screwed up. I forgot to do what the intended purpose was. Put the plastic gauge in there. So that's a screw up on my end. Wiping this back down just to be safe. Alright, so our plastic gauge. This is our plastic gauge. There's a little wax piece of strip inside these things. And basically what it does is you tighten your mains down, it smashes this, and then you hold it up to one of these 4 lines, and that basically gives you your measurement. That's the stuff. This is a little like pieces of wax is all it is. So we're going to put this on each one, and there's a lot of builders that don't do this. They pretty much know that their crank's going to be good with the new bearings and stuff. But I'm building this. It's got to be right the first time. So I mean, why not do it? I went through all this when I rebuilt the 93 F-150, the 302 in it. And everything was good on it. It had a brand new crank, rods, pistons, 100% brand new engine in that truck. That was like three years ago when I did it. I gotta make sure these are somewhat of a tight fit. I just tapped it enough to get it into the groove is all I did. That's why I was trying to hit it from the side. Get one started, give it a tap, and it will drop down. See, I should use a mallet to tap these off. When you initially turn an engine down, so made to fit in the grooves. This one here, I got the room. I will get a bolt. I'll just use an old bolt to get it in the groove, means I can't get it in there. Alright, dropped it. The threads will have oil on them. You don't need any thread sealer, locker, or anything like that on the mains. Just oil. Oil on threads. Use the speed wrench to get them all down. I bought this at Harbor Freight. It's curved here instead of flat, but seems to work. It's a little wobbly down there because it ain't running straight, true, but it works a lot faster than a ratchet. And I could use my cordless 1/4" impact drill driver, but that might put too much torque on some of them with the 20 volt. Alright. Okay, and let's see here, the mains are 75 foot-pounds is what the mains are. I'm going to kind of do them in increments. I'm going to start out at about 25. Alright, so we're set at 25. See where we're at. Make sure it's going the right way. Alright, so hit click. I'm not sure if you're supposed to go straight across or what. I've always done an end, went to the middle, and then out, and then back to the middle. That's just the way it's always worked for me. Guess I've never really paid it too much attention. Let's see, I just screwed up. Oh well, it'll be alright. I should have went out here first. So being it's this initial torque, it's not gonna hurt. Alright, so what did I say, 75, so then we're gonna run it to 50. Let's see here. Alright. So now I'm at 50, and then I'll do the final at 75. Alright, now we're going to go to the final 75. Let's see here. 75. Wipe yourself off. A little warm and rainy out today here in Knox, Indiana. it was sprinkling more or less. That's what it just got done doing. If I had a way to get this out of my basement, I would have built it in a nice AC cooled basement. Oops. That's not the right one. All right. So we're there. Yeah, I'm hot. Let's use this as a sweat rag. I'm dripping. So now we get to take this all back off. So basically I'm going to use my 3/8 impact. That must be over in the pole building. So I'll be right back. I can get my impact. Alright, I'm back. So I got my 3/8 blue point impact. Put some oil in it. I usually put about 3 to 5 drops of snap-on oil from the hair tools in it before I get ready to use it that day. Socket. Use this to wipe any dust or anything off the impact, because I don't want nothing blowing in it. Alright, so zip it back up. Alright. And pretty much building any of these engines, you don't want to assemble them with any type of impact or anything. I've never done that, even just to lightly get the bolt started, just in case, because you don't want to make that kind of mistake. Alright, so you can't take them straight out because they fit in these grooves. I don't know if you can see them. You might be able to see them once I take them out. Okay, so our plastic gauge, I don't know if this is going to show in the video. If I get back here, I can see. You see the green line
You get and it's not wanting to focus very good, but you see the green line right there? That's what we got to measure. It's also, there's also a mark on the crank. I'll take that one off last because I have to use a bolt. And I'm not sure if it's showing up or not. Let's see here. Come on. I don't know if you can see that either. They're all looking about the same width. I guess I can go ahead and show you. We'll do the end one here. See if I can turn the flash on. Alright, there you go. Now you can see the green mark. That's just a scrape right there. But we're going to take and measure the width of it. Let's see. You can see and if I can get my finger out of there. So if you can see matching up, looks like we're about 2/1000ths right there. That's on the end main. Again, so remember, the green one is the one, and then get it lined up. It's about the same. As you can see, these other ones are too wide. Now let's check. So yeah, it's pretty much 200,000ths. And if I check number one, number one's about the same thing. So that should all be in tolerance. So you can get a bolt and tap that out. Get this one off. And you get the same thing on this one here. So we're good to go. Shop rag. Shop towel. Alright, so now what I got to do is clean all this off, clean off the crank, and then pull the crank back out, and then put some slick assembly lube on it. That's what we're doing now. So once I get the majority of all this stuff off, these caps. Then I wipe the crank off, lift it out, and use assembly. Grease it. Stuff's real sticky tacky. This video would be a hell of a lot better if I had the classic rock cleaning it. A lot better, but you know, it's anal music people that think about nothing but money. So that kind of ruins it for everybody. Okay. Oh, it's right here. This is what I got. The Permatex Ultra. I don't know. Part numbers 81950 is what it is. So basically, yeah, it must have a seal on the side. Carton of milk. Yeah, it does. When I did the Ford F-150 engine, they give you a small tube of this. I barely had enough when I was doing it. So that's why I got this bottle of it now. Alright, so we're going to dab some on there and then we're just going to wipe it with our finger. I don't know if you can see it, how stringy it is in the video or not. It's almost like syrup. That's how thick it is and sticky. Finger. And then I'm going to spread it around on these mains. Never have enough, I guess. Better to have too much than not enough. Alright. Wipe the excess off on this bearing because I don't want to waste it. Alright, now we're going to set the crank back in. And this time, when we torque it down, it's for good. And we can spin it also, so means everything will be lubed up. Alright, I don't know if you can see how easy it moves with my finger. That's the beauty of this lube. I'm just gonna
lightly set them in place for now until I get all this. Then I can wipe the stuff off my fingers, so I don't have to keep wasting. I don't know. The main caps are always also numbered. There's a number 2. See, I caught it in time. And there's also an arrow that points to the front of the engine. So you really can't screw them up, which I caught it. So, and then there's number 3. It's actually got factory stamp numbers in it also, but machine shop stamped their own numbers in it because you could see it better. Last one. Alright, I'm gonna, before I put in bolts, I'm just gonna give it a tap to knock these down in their groove to seat them. Setting in the groove, and still got the oil on the threads. Helps lubricate, makes them go easier. There's still some under, that's why you see these black rings. That's the oil. Isn't this one dropping down easy? Okay, let's. They'll be the same. I'm not sure if it didn't line. Like it slid on me or something. Come on. I'm off there. have to take it all the way back off. Whatever you do, if something ain't lining up straight like it should, don't force it. Just take it back off and look at it. Everything looks fine. Bearings are seated. So put the one bolt in just for alignment purposes. So this one should drop in perfectly now. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to speed wrench it down. Let's get the socket off the impact. Speed wrench it down, and we're going to torque them just like we just did the first time. Alright, so now we're going to go back, readjust, torque wrench. Start out at 25, basically like we did before is what we're going to do. Times dropping sweat in my damn engine. That's real good. Alright, then we're going to go to 50. Alright, now 75 for our final. Alright, 75. Alright, that's the final, but I always go back over and check. sometimes they can be under when you're first torquing them, so I like to go back, get a click from them all. See, this one was just a hair under. So was this one. That one barely. That one's good. Barely. Any rotation. None there. Barely anything. Nothing there. So that one was straight out good too. Bare spots are just wiping in. So that's the crank. You get it a certain way and you can watch it move on its own and that slick stuff. So I'm going to end the video there. My back's killing me from leaning over. I'll probably pick up, I don't know, later tonight if I sleep or not. I'm not sure. The weather affects me big time, where I could be up for 24 hours plus before I finally crash, finally fall asleep or whatever. So help me out, like and subscribe. I do the best I can with what I've got for right now. More subscribers I get, then I can start making monetary fees from YouTube on all the stupid ads that you guys have to watch. So hopefully you learn something, and like I say, you can help me out and pick up subscribers. So until next time.